Hi everybody in my TSTO Harry Potter group and YouTube channel. Okay, so today's video is going to be Chapter 47, The Circle and the Crown. We're closer than ever to finding out R's true plans, but there's still questions to consider. With new insight into R's intentions, you rush to Olivia's office to compare notes. Okay, let's go. I think there's also a TLSQ that's going to end up popping up soon. Here we go. Grogu, thanks for meeting me again. Did you get a chance to talk to your dad about everything? Well, yes, but did you ask him about R using mind control against the Ministry? My dad didn't deny that mind control was part of R's plan, but he said that I didn't know the whole story. When I asked him what the whole story was, he just went on about making history and how I should join him. Your father sounds like a hard one to pin down. Whenever I ask him a difficult question, he has a way of avoiding it and answering a different question instead. That sounds just like some of my old co-workers at the Ministry. Are you sure he doesn't work there? No way, my dad hates the Ministry with a passion. If you say so. Anyway, what else have I missed? I spoke with Jacob, but he seems different, and I learned something interesting from Marilla. Sounds like I have a lot to catch up on. Pull up a chair, Grogu. I want to know everything. There we go. Through this here, 3 stars a pass. Also, I finally changed my MC to the way I want it. It's not a theme for seasons anymore. I really like what I've done. Let me know in the comments if you like what I've done. Well, that certainly was a lot. Thanks for keeping me in the know, Grogu. How are you feeling now that we've viewed your old memories? Honestly, it feels like these experiences happened to someone else. I'm still working on how to feel about it all. I'm sorry. Don't be, Grogu. It wasn't your fault. In fact, it's thanks to you that I know the truth about myself. But I can't tell you how strange and frightening it is to not know if you can trust your own mind. When my brother first reached out to me via legilimency, I wasn't sure I could trust my own mind either. And even now, I still don't know exactly who to believe. Finding out that your dad is the head of the dark cabal that you've been chasing for years does sound confusing, and Jacob suddenly agreeing with your dad, I'm not sure what to make of that. Sorry you keep getting bad news. It hasn't been all bad news. Now that we viewed your memories, I know I can trust you. Thanks, Grogu. It feels nice to be trusted and to know that you won't break into my office again. And now I understand why you felt it was so important. You need to get to the bottom of R's plans. I just wish we had learned more. Every answer leads to more and more questions. I know you may still be considering what to believe, Grogu, but for me, this is clear as day. Mind control is just wrong. We can't let R mess with the Ministry the way Rakepick messed with my memory. What do you think, Grogu? How do you feel about R's plan to use mind control on the Ministry? For the record, I consider myself opposed to mind control. Thank goodness, I'm glad we're on the same page. It's terrible when someone messes with your head. It's just too bad your family is involved. That certainly complicates things. My family being involved was certainly made for some awkward dinners. I imagine it would. Okay. Some of the animations are really weird in this. Anyways, now that we know a bit about what R plans to do, the next question is, how do they plan to do it? How does one go about controlling someone else's mind? Legilimency, maybe, or memory tampering? That reminds me, Marilla mentioned something when I spoke with her last. She mentioned that one of her jobs for art was to retrieve something from the sunken vault. Really, what was she supposed to retrieve? Some kind of crown. She couldn't remember what it was called exactly. That's not much to go on. Perhaps I should go to the library for some research. There's got to be more to learn about this crown. That's a great idea, Grogu, but I think I have an even better one. I may know someone who can help us. My old mentor from a certain department in the ministry. I think I know the one you mean. Is it a very mysterious department in the ministry? I couldn't possibly say, Grogu, but if anyone knows about mind control crown, it's him. He's been studying mysteries forever, and I trust him implicitly. Then let's pay this old mentor of yours a visit. Yes, let's. It's time for a trip to the Ministry of Magic. Okay? Okay, let's go to the Ministry of Magic. Oh, yes. Go to the Ministry. Now, okay. I think my outfit's a lot better than it used to be. And hair, and get rid of that mask. There he is, in his favorite chair like always. That's your old mentor? Trust me, Grogu, this is the man we need to talk to learn about mysterious mind control crowns. And that, Herbert, is why there are actually 6 principal exceptions to Gamp's law of elemental transfigurations. Debating with Herbert again, Elton? Olivia, I wasn't expecting you today. What brings you to the ministry? I wanted to introduce you to a friend of mine. This is Grogu Baby, one of my students from Hogwarts. This is Elton Elderberry, my favorite mentor from my past work for the ministry. Now, he's one of the ministry's most knowledgeable archivists. It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Elderberry. Likewise, Mr. Baby. The pleasure is mine. Oh, that's a creepy dog. Well, Herbert, aren't you going to introduce yourself? Is that dog possessed? Fine, I'll do it for you, Mr. Baby. This is Herbert Chooseworthy III, my canine companion. It's nice to meet you, Herbert. Elton's been with the ministry since before anyone can remember. Perhaps their memory is too short. They often lose track after the first 100 years. First 100 years? Give or take. Something wrong, Mr. Baby? Never seen an experienced ministry archivist before? Nothing's wrong. I just didn't realize you'd be so... You didn't realize I'd be so what? Go on, you can say it. Old? Straight to the point, eh? I can see why you and Olivia get along. I admit it, I'm older than dirt. Most kinds of dirt, anyway. Now, Olivia, I must know, how is your new position at Hogwarts going? It's going well, Elton. So far, it's been even more exciting than I expected. But I'm afraid I didn't come here for a reunion. We need to ask you something, Grogu. We want to ask you about a crown that was found on Hogwarts grounds. A crown, you say? Well, there are many famous crowns having to do with that school. If it's Ravenclaw's lost diadem you're after, I suspect speaking to the Grey Lady. Old Currell Pimplethorpe used to wear a Christmas cracker crown year-round, too. For good luck, he'd say. Mr. Elderberry, we want to know about a crown that was stored in the sunken vault beneath the Black Light. You can only mean the crown of Meneem. I suppose so. Can you tell us about it? As long as you promise not to meddle with it, I'll tell you what I know. I find these very long. It's funny. Almost feel sometimes like I need to do them in parts, but I don't think anybody else does parts for these. TLSQ is fine. I like doing them in parts. Makes it more interesting. Makes it easier to figure out stuff too. Okay. And I'm going to do this. Shortcut. The crown of Minim is an object of legendary power. It grants its wearer the ability to project thoughts, memories, and even emotions into the minds of others. Because of the danger it posed, it was hidden away many, many years ago. Thank you for sharing your knowledge with us, Elton. Yes, thank you, Mr. Elderberry. If the crown has been taken from its resting place, as you say, then we are all in grave danger. I advise you to avoid the crown at all costs. It has a sinister history connected to the infamous Dark Wizard. A Dark Wizard? Who? Why, Dai Ryosuke. Of course. Dai Ryosuke? Who is that, Grogu? I'll tell you on the way, Olivia. I gotta get this information to my friends at Hogwarts. Okay. Sounds serious. Ooh. Okay. Assemble the circle. Yeah. I will be so glad when I get to Beyond. I feel like I've been stuck in year 7 for ages. Seemed like the other chapters just flew by. Oh, everybody's gathering. Hello, everyone. Thanks for gathering on such short notice. There's so much I need to tell you. I'm not even sure where to begin. Just start from where we left off, Grogu. The last time we were all together, we voted on whether to keep Marula in the Circle of Kana, and we voted to keep her as part of the Circle of Kana. A lot has happened since we last met. Let me tell you about everything I've learned about R's plans. There we go. Getting so close to the special Beyond quest that's going to be coming up soon, TLSQ. The one that you have to opt in for. I did opt in for it. I'll be doing a video on it. Should be very interesting since not everybody's going to do it. I'll pretty much opt in for anything. Okay. Ara's plan to use mind control to take over the Ministry of Magic and the Crown of Minim, which can project thoughts and memories, is a key part of their plan. I had no idea such a powerful object even existed. The crown was secretly hidden in the sunken vault. Ara had Marula retrieve it when we were inside, but she had no idea that Ara was planning to use mind control like this. You've been busy since our last meeting. Is that all, Grogu, baby? No, there's more. The Crown of Minim is connected to Dai Ryosuke in some way. Dai Ryosuke, the wizard who created the Dark Scroll we've been trying to find for so long? The same. It's all coming together. The crown, mind control, the Dark Scroll. Coincidence? I think not. But didn't your dad say that R were the good guys? Mind control doesn't sound very good to me. I think R just wants to take over the ministry. Use mind control as the simplest way for them to do that. That definitely doesn't sound like what the good guys do. No, I suppose it doesn't, but R is convinced that the ministry is corrupt and that is the only way. I don't care how corrupt the ministry supposedly is. Nothing justifies mind control. But what if R's plan is actually the lesser of the two evils? What do you mean? I'm just calling it like I see it, Grogu, baby. The thing is, there is corruption in the ministry, and as long as you're rich and connected, the ministry will let you get away with anything. What else? Why else do you think Lucius Malfoy is allowed to walk free, even though he was a Death Eater? But he didn't claim to be under the Imperious curse when he was serving you-know-who. A lot of people claim that, but it worked for Lucius Malfoy because he's a Malfoy. My parents talk about that all the time. They don't think I hear them, but I do. They even suspect that there are Death Eaters working in the Ministry right now. Maybe we should talk about something else. Whether R is justified or not, they still don't have the Dark Scroll, right? So there's still time. Right, as long as R doesn't have the Dark Scroll, we can find out more about what they're really planning. Whatever we do, we cannot let R get the Dark Scroll. If you say so. I think that's enough for tonight. Everyone, go get some sleep. I need to tell Jacob about everything, too. Maybe there's still time to change his mind. Yeah, good luck with that. Okay, let's go meet Jacob. I don't know. Never seems to ever turn out well. Okay, we're going to make him appear and then... Okay. I really need to talk to my brother. Okay, Vermilius. And then he'll appear. Vermilius! Hello again, Pip. Jacob, I don't want to fight. We've been through too much for that. That's a relief. A lot has happened since we last spoke. Let me tell you what I've learned. The crown of Manim? I've never heard of it before, and you say it's connected to Dairoski? Yes, after all this time, we finally know what R was looking for in the Cursed Vaults. They were looking for the crown of Manim, so they could use its mind control powers to take over the Ministry. That's certainly interesting, but I'm not sure it's worth worrying over. It's not? How can you be so calm about this? Don't get me wrong, I'm concerned too, but I also think we should stay open-minded about R's intentions. But you've been through so much trying to stop R. Perhaps I was wrong to oppose them. Was there really anything R did to me that was all that bad? Let me see. Trapped in a buried vault. Burn getting the... okay. There, that's a good one. You were trapped in the portrait in the buried vault for years. You suffered terribly in there. It was Rakepick who left me trapped in the buried vault. She'd gone rogue. I had nothing to do with it. I didn't realize your views on R had changed so much, Jacob. The truth is, I know more now than I did then. If you'd only let me explain, I'm sure we'd agree in the end. Yeah, I know. There's really much you can get to. Oh yeah, we're just going to skip this for time restraints. I've gotten to know Dad much better recently, and I've come to learn that his intentions are noble, if unorthodox. The Ministry is dangerously corrupt, and Dad's plan is the only way to clear out the rot. If you could only accept this, you'd be able to make the right decision and join R. I should have known you'd flip. You were always the impulsive type. Don't misunderstand. I merely come to know what R really wants to do, and it's the same thing we want, a world of peace and stability. Why are you pushing me so hard to join R now, Jacob? There's so much to consider, like my future, the Ministry, everything R has done, what my friends would think. Stop worrying about your friends want. Think about what you want. We can all be a family again, making history together. Dad's plan for you is especially important. You don't know how lucky you are to be part of this, but time is running out. You better decide soon. I can't talk to you when you're like this. I need to go talk to my friends. Do whatever you need to do. I just hope you make the right decision in the end. Yeah, no. Yeah. Definitely not going to make that decision to join R. Nope. Not unless I'm forced to. Okay, talk to your friends. These can be pretty long. There we go. Butterbeer. Looks so good. Tell another one, Mr. Baby. Very well. Why is Mr. Ollivander never at home? Because he's a wanderer. Buttering up the crowd, is he? Come on. Grogu, come on over and join the fun. What are you doing here, Dad? I was in the neighborhood and decided to stop in for a butterbeer when I ran into your classmates. We were hoping you would come join us. Where have you been hiding? I was just talking to Jacob. Okay, so it sounds important. What were you talking about? Nothing really. Nothing, eh? As you wish. Grogu, we were just getting to know your dad. I had no idea he was so funny and charming. Don't let him fool you. This is all an act to get on your good side. Who's acting? Stop being such a wet blanket, Grogu. We were just having a little fun. Dad, I really need to talk to my friends. You do have wonderful friends, Grogu. It's been a pleasure getting to know them. I never realized they were so interesting and candid. What do you mean? Just that each one has an interesting story to tell. Let me explain my point. I really like the way I've got my MC dressed this now. I think it's a lot better. I didn't realize. I've gotten some constructive criticism, and actually I'm happy that I did, because I didn't realize costume wise what I still had spring on there. So now I just went to kind of like normal clothing. I really like this outfit, so it's more like, so this is more something I would wear myself. Almost there. Woo, there we go. How do you know so much about my friends? I simply listen. Each one has a fascinating story to tell. Take Kira here. Despite her unfortunate condition, you two still managed to forge a bond. My condition? But I never said anything about... Your circle of friends is truly a wonder, Grogu. Get away from my friends. I don't know what you're trying to prove, but I don't like it. Now calm down, Grogu. We're just having a friendly chat. No harm, no foul. What was it you wanted to discuss with your friends anyway? Actually, I think we should speak alone. Very well, let us find a place to speak together in confidence. Lead the way, Grogu. Yeah, okay. So I think that's the end of this one. Yep. That it is. I know, I came across a little harsh with but everything that's going on. A lot of decisions that you make in this game are based on how you would actually do real life and what you would say. And to be really, really nice after everything that he's done, nah, I don't think I could do that. I think that's just a little bit, he sounds like he's trying to suck up to my friends to get to me, so I'm not doing that. I'm not going that route. Sorry, but nope, not gonna do it. Okay, so that's the end of this video. It's kind of interesting. And you found out, now we know exactly what the crown is. The crown is for mind control. So that's another thing. So right now, as it stands, I am on year 7, chapter 47. So I've got probably another 10, 12 chapters to go. My eyes aren't the best, so I can't really see how much, but I think it's about another 12 or 13, something like that, chapters before Beyond. So, and I've got a real cool video coming up in 3 days, because in 3 days, just as a little teaser here, where are we? This. Just to let you know, that I'm going to be doing this one here, special Beyond Hogwarts preview event. So on June 26th, keep an eye out for Protecting the Stone special adventure. So that's going to be kind of cool. You got the three-headed dog here. So I like to call them Cerberus, but I think it was Fluffy or something like that is what their names are. But I'll be doing a video as soon as that comes out on June 26th. So stay tuned for that video. Okay, so that's the end of this video here. Thank you so much for watching these videos. I know I don't get as many views on the chapters because not everybody wants to be spoiled about what's going on in the current chapters, which is understandable. I mean, you want to be surprised when you go through them. But still, I'm grateful for anybody that wants to watch these videos, and I narrate them because it makes it a little bit more interesting, even though some of the voices are not that good, but it's all in good fun. So thank you so much for watching the videos. Feel free to like the video and subscribe to my channel for more Harry Potter Hogwarts mystery content. And as usual, happy tapping because this is the way.